All right. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all Joachim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into another lesson, and Lord willing, it do be edifying. And I only really got two precepts in mind, but hey, whatever else the Lord, got planned, we'll bring it out. But what I want to touch on in this lesson is, us as believers, and the things that we are believing in right now is all through faith, right? And according to Hebrews, the 11th chapter, and the first verse, it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So we hoping, we believing in things that we don't see. It's just not tangible proof, to back it up. It's all through faith and belief. As far as World War III, right? America gonna be destroyed eventually, when it be hit with missiles, and the Lord go come out the sky standing on a UFO. Right? With the other angels and so-called UFOs, the chariots of Israel. How we going to get new body. We believe in all these things. We have faith in these things. We have faith that the MOTB, which is the RFID micro chip, will be mandated. And we haven't seen these things yet. According to what the Bible said, we know the so-called white man going to come down with great wrath. Eventually, because, he got a short time to rule. It haven't happened yet, but we believe it through faith. And even with that, with him coming down with great wrath, the Lord said that he gonna lift up a standard and protect us. We didn't see it yet, but we believe it through faith. And what I want to touch on is that if we believe it now without seeing these things happen, right? If we believe that we gonna get spiritual power without seeing it happen right now, so on and so forth. My thing is, us as believers, and we believe it now without seeing anything, how much more shall we believe once these things start happening? Again, if we believe it now, and we rooted and grounded in our belief, you see? Nothing nobody say, Vocab Malone can't make a video and say, y'all not the Israelites, and then we walk away scratching our head saying, man, I don't think we're the Israelites. No, we know it now. We know it. We know we're the Israelites. We know who the heathens are, right? We know we're in Babylon the Great. We know we're going to rule next. We know these things. The point is, if we believe it now and it's not tangible proof to back up our belief, but we know it's going to come, my thing is, once these things actually start happening, our faith should skyrocket even more because we going to see it. When the MOTB become mandated, it should be like, man, we knew it, not like oh my God, what's going on? You see? Think about it. And I'm gonna get a precept here in a few. The same thing is said about the disciples. How Yahweh Shai been told them, look, I'm gonna get crucified. But once it happened, and once they realized that, it said they believed even more, man. But let's get this real quick. With Thomas first. I'm gonna start with this. This is John 20. It's John chapter 20. Matter of fact, let me see. And I'm going to start at... All right, so this when Yahweh Shai came to the disciples, and Thomas, after he rose, right? He already rose. He was already crucified, and he rose from the grave. So this, after it happened, he was going to meet the disciples, but Thomas wasn't there. Let's read it. It says, verse 19, John 20 and 19. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Yahweh Shai and stood in the midst and said unto them, peace be unto you. So Yahweh Shai, he popped up and said, Shalom. It says, and when he had said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. Then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord. So he proved to them, look, I'm me. This where my mark said that I was crucified and nailed to the cross. And it says, then Yahushua said to them, peace be unto you, as my Father hath sent me, even so send I you. And when he had said this, he breathed on them, and they received the Holy Spirit. And it says, verse 24, but Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Yahushua came. It says, and the other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. So when Thomas came back, they said, bro, we just seen the Lord. Like he was here. I know he was crucified, but he showed us his hand like it was him. We touched him. Because remember, it wasn't no like a hologram. You know, like they got today, Tupac performing at a concert, him and Michael Jackson, holograms. No, Yahushua was actually in the flesh again. You could touch him. You can, he was there. So they told Thomas that, and it says, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. So Thomas said, if I don't see this, I ain't gonna believe it. And after 8 days again, his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. And then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, peace be unto you. Then said he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands. And reach hither thy hand, and thrust it in my side, and be not faithless, but believing. And see, think about it. Yahushua wasn't there when Thomas wasn't believing, but he knew it. Because when he popped up this time, out of everybody he could have called out, he called out Thomas. Come here. All right? Come see real quick. Give me your finger. Put it right here. You let me know. Don't be faithless, believe, man. It says, don't be faithless, but believing. And Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my power. And Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. This is why I wanted to get this. He told Thomas, the only reason you believe in us is because you seen me, man. Because you've seen it. And a lot of people in this time, they're going to start to want to turn to a God. I ain't talking about the Most High Yahweh because they don't know him. Everybody going to want to start turning to a God or the God of the Bible as they would think he is when times get hard. You see? Why? Because times hard now. People going to be met with their reality. Then they go want to seek the Lord. Then they go want to get serious. Why? Because they seeing these things. But watch what Yahushua is saying. Why I wanted to get this first. Because it goes over to us. If we believe in right now without seeing, how much more when we start seeing? Our faith really shouldn't dwindle. You see, nothing shouldn't get us off our square at that point. Come on, man. It says, and Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. But blessed are those that have not seen and yet believe. Come on, man. That's us right now. That's literally us right now. And it's amazing when you think about that, how all this time, pretty much our whole life, going to church, growing up, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, you having Bibles and Bible verses tattooed on us, never knew that the Heavenly Father was going to literally use each and every one of us to fulfill this very book we've been around our whole life. We've been reading our whole life, not knowing that we included in prophecy, man. You see? Matter of fact, let me get a quick precept, and I'm going to get that last precept I wanted. I want to get something to line back off what Yahushua just said. Let me read it again. Because, again, the Lord is using us to fulfill this prophecy of his people waking up in the latter days in captivity, man, coming back to who they are and through faith. And the point is, if we believe it now, through faith, talking about everything that's about to happen, if we believe in everything in Jacob's trouble go come, newly created creatures and all, Leviathan, and we ain't see nothing yet. The point is, when everything start happening, Jacob's trouble kick off and Leviathan pop out and chariots start showing. The question is, would you lack faith or be strengthened like more than ever before? Nobody, if you believe in now what I was seeing, when these things start happening, man, that's like come on, man. That's like a like a green light. I don't say a green light to the chariot, but it's like after that point when everything you believe in and start happening, what could turn your faith? Now clearly the Lord could do what he wants to a man, but if you're in a time of Jacob's trouble and your faith extremely strong and you've been believing this whole time, what could turn a man after that? The Lord ain't about to let you believe this whole time and then to get down to the Jacob's trouble. He can, but come on, man. Somebody got to exude and show the faith of the elect in the last days. That's going to roll over into Jacob's trouble. But anyway, let's read this again. John 20 and 29. Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. But blessed are those that have not seen and yet believe. Let me get a quick precept. The second Esdras 1. Go down straight to the point. This is what we fulfilling right here. Second Esdras 1. And straight to the point. Verse 36 it says, verse 35 it says, your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which having not heard of me, yet shall believe. Again, we didn't grow up in America hearing about Yahweh, hearing about Yahushua. We didn't grow up hearing about the laws and customs. We just learned that. You see, we just learned that. But guess what? Everything we heard in this short time, we believe in it without the Lord having to give us tangible proof. It says, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them. They have seen no prophets, right? We didn't grow up and knowing, oh, look, that's the prophet Elijah right there. You know, like in ancient Israel, people knew who the prophet Samuel was. They knew who the prophet Elijah was. They knew who the prophet Elisha was. We ain't grew up knowing that. we just found out who our apostles and elders is a couple years ago when we came into the truth. But we ain't grew up knowing this. But now as we coming into the truth, we believe it. The Lord ain't got to give us much proof. We seen it on YouTube, seeing men talk, and we said, that's them. That's it. That's it. Think about this, man. We are a part of this great awakening without having tangible proof of men raising people from the dead. Remember, even in the book of Acts, we will be amongst those who believed before the miracles came. Because you had many who came once Peter and them started doing miracles. We was there already when the word was just being spoken. So how much more would our faith increase once the miracles come? Come on, man. Come on, man. It says, and not just miracles, but when everything comes. Even when hard times come, reality kick in. Yeah, we're going to be scared. Yeah, we might be nervous. But guess what? Our faith should be even more secure in what the Lord said because we're going to be living in it, man. It says, they have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them. I take to witness the grace. See, we're in the grace period. I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness. It says, and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet they shall believe in spirit the very thing that I say. You see, so it says, though in spirit they have not believed me with bodily eyes, they're going to believe the very thing that the Lord says. Right? And that's us right now. We ain't see Yahushua without, we just know a depiction of him, the Idris Elba depiction. But we believe everything that's written in this book. Now, the point is that if we believe it now, how much more we believe? And I thought of this verse right here, right? Now, check this out. And this is one little verse. Now, remember, before Yahushua got crucified, before the Lord was, taken back to the heavens, he told his disciples turned apostles many times what was about to happen, especially the 12. He told them many times what was about to happen, right? In detail, look, they're going to take me, the Jews, they're going to beat me, they're going to spit on me, and they're going to crucify me, and the third day I'm going to raise. He even told them, look, and after I raise, I think he said, and meet me in Galilee. But the thing is, they heard him many times, but it never clicked with them, right? It never clicked in their spirit on what he was talking about, what he meant. But once it happened and Yahushua rose and they thought about what he said, it said they thought about it and they believed even more once it happened. And that's what I was thinking about for us. If we believe in now, what I was seeing, not even too sure, not saying that not sure of the prophecies, but not sure how things going to play out. Because when Yahushua was telling the disciples that they didn't know exactly how things was going to play out. But once it did, though, they was like, oh, this what it is. Let's read it. It's John chapter 20. It's John 20. And I'll start at 20. I'm going to read the NLT. Because Yahweh Shai was talking about the temple. John 2 and 19 in the NLT. It says, all right, Yahweh Shai replied, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. What? They exclaim, talking about the wicked Pharisees. What? They exclaim, it has taken 46 years to build the temple, and you will rebuild it in 3 days? But when Yahweh Shai said this temple, he meant the temple of his body, because he was talking about him raising after the 3rd day. Now check this out. And after he was raised from the dead, so once it actually happened, once he was actually raised from the dead, and after he was raised from the dead, his disciples remembered he had said this, and they believed both the scripture and what Yahweh Shai said. Let me get another translation in the Amplified version. It says, so when he had risen from the dead, so once it actually happened, he told them many a times. It was just talk, right? He told them what was about to happen many a times. It says, but once it actually happened, what did that do for them who heard aforetime? It says, so when he had risen from the dead, his disciples remembered what he had said, just like us. When things start happening, we're going to remember the scriptures. Isaiah 33:6 going to be the stability of our time, Lord willing. But we're going to remember what our apostles and elders and bishops told us, what brothers told us, what we've been teaching. All right, we're going to remember that once we see it. So it says, John 2 and 22, so in the Amplified version, so when he had risen from the dead, his disciples remembered what he said, and they believed and trusted in and relied on the scriptures and the words that Yahweh Shai had spoken. They believed more, man. They was like, oh shit, he wasn't lying, it's happening. You see? So again, how much more us in these times, just like them. They believe certain things, but once it happened, they belief and faith skyrocketed to the point that they was willing to die. The apostles was willing to take deaths because they knew it. They seen it. They seen his man raised. You couldn't tell them nothing. You couldn't get them, persuade them. You couldn't send Vocab Malone up and tell Apostle Peter, he Hebrew hopscotching. No, man, these men was willing to take death because they knew it after the fact, after it been told to them, and they seen it with their own eyes. You couldn't get them off their square after that, and that's for us now. If we believe it now, without seeing these things, how much more when it finally come to pass? Nobody should shake us, man, from the Lord. Matter of fact, that's what it's saying in Romans 8. That's what it's saying in Romans 8. That neither depth, nor height, nor death, life, angel, principality, nothing should be able to take us from the love of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Again, if we believe it now without seeing, how much more the Lord will increase us once it happened, man. But I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Chakwadash. And with that, Shalom.